politics. That's according to President Bola Tinubu. And IMF expresses confidence in Nigeria's economic trajectory. PDP loses 3 Kaduna reps to APC. All right, we move on to the Sun newspaper now. And the paper leads with the story on politics. Shetima, Kalu, Uzodima, others speak as Governor Mba joins APC. Police rescue kidnapped victim in Delta State. I was mocked when I joined APC in 2016. Senator Orji Uzo Kalu, former governor, Abia State, currently serving Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we need to dismantle criminal drug networks, Marwa tells UN session. And Nnamdi Kanu, Igbo leader Slam Onanuga, accuse presidency of double standards. All right, we move on to the Vanguard newspaper now. Illegal financial flows out of Nigeria worsening country's revenue problem. That's according to the IMF. Mathematics no longer compulsory for arts candidates. That's from the federal government. And I've forgiven my daughter-in-law who killed my son. And amend section empowering court to declare winner in election petition. Professor Ali tells NAS. Group 6 Transparency Review in Aviation Ministry spending. And on Mba's defection, we have our challenges, but PDP is not in coma. And that's from the spokesman of PDP. And police foils kidnapping attempt at Kubwa Forest. Court strikes out EFCC's appeal seeking to obtain Nimasa's aid acquittal. And Dangote Refinery deploys CNG trucks to distribute petrol at 850 naira per litre. All right, we move on to the Tribune newspaper this morning. Stakeholders urge varsities to adopt smart learning technology for economic growth. And Tinubu 6, Omidero, 28 others confirmation as FCC members. Equity market closes flat as profit-taking mixed sectoral performance weigh in on sentiment. And EU Nigeria deepens ties with 320.5 billion naira credit facility to boost agriculture. Electoral reforms, TUC wants implementation of OA's report. And Fubara appoints new secretary to Rivers government. We had that yesterday. Defection not peculiar to PDP, was saying that Governor Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State. And after Mba, 5 other opposition governors who may join APC ahead of 2027. Dismiss officer impersonating us to defraud people. DSS raises alarm. All right, this day newspaper is next now. Mba Deputy Cabinet, entire Enugu State political structure, dump PDP, joins APC. And Fagbemi seeks stronger laws, institutions in fight against cybercrime. House summons Cardozo over excessive bank charges, launches probe into customer exploitation. All right, this the Nation newspaper is our next port of call. According to the governor of Enugu State, joining APC not out of fear, but for prosperity. That's from Governor Mba. First Lady empowers 800 farmers in River State. And Supreme Court Justice, integrate law, religion into legal education. Alleged genocide against Christians, Senate sets up advisory panel. Osun Council funds, court adjourns till November 27 for ruling on jurisdiction. Join the applications. And IMF raises Nigeria's growth to 3.9%. And PDP chair legal advisor clash in court. All right, the Guardian newspaper is next now. APC consolidates power as Mba ends PDP's 26-year reign in Enugu State. IMF Cardozo isolate Nigeria from global uncertainty, raise growth prospect. And National Assembly to conclude Electoral Act amendment by December. And Tinubu rallies Super Eagles to soar into 2026 World Cup. Umaya residents protest soaring electricity bills. And APC adopts consensus in Ekiti Guba primary. Trump hails Kirk at posthumous medal ceremony. US set to carry out 4 executions this week. Babalola urges Tinubu Yebanji to rehabilitate at Dojon Ikari Road. And Tinubu to ECOWAS leaders declare stolen minerals resources international crime. Yes, it's a all right, so we'll take a short break now, and we will return very shortly for the second half of the show, and that's where we'll look at some of the stories in details. Please don't go away. Newspaper review returns in a bit. Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. And welcome to the second half of this great show. And I have in the studio Mr. Salman Salami, who is the Chief Operating Officer, Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Good morning, Mr. Salami.
Very good morning to you, Lawrence. And as usual, our super citizen listeners, good morning.
All right, Mr. Salami. The defection of Enugu State Governor yesterday, formal defection, has continued to dominate public space. And so we start from there. And our anchor point is the Guardian newspaper. APC consolidates power as Mba ends PDP's 26-year reign in Enugu State. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba yesterday defected from the PDP to the APC in a move that has redrawn Nigeria's political map. He led the entire political structure of the state, including National and State Assembly members, local council chairmen, councillors, and appointees into the APC, sealing the end of the PDP's 26-year dominance in Enugu. His defection, being the last PDP governor in the southeast, boosts the APC's recruitment drive for influential leaders and tilts the balance of power further in favor of the ruling party. Mr. Salami.
How do you begin to analyze this? Because in the past few months, we have been seeing defections and defections and defections. And it seems a unidirectional defection. Unidirectional in the sense that it has always been most cases from other parties to APC. Why not? I'm leaving APC for, even though we've seen some small fries from APC to other parties, what we are saying is this: if a governor leaves his party for another party, it is more symbolic than a world leader leaving APC for another party. And the question I keep on asking myself is this: is there anything these people see in APC that some others didn't see? Whether we like it or not, it is still visible to the blind, like I always say.
We've not said it for a while.
Audible to the deaf.
And perhaps
tangible to the paralytic. That there is something these people see in APC that quite many others are not seeing. His Excellency Governor Bala Mohammed said that even if all governors leave, that they will occupy the villa come 2027. Well, that is the way the cookie crumbles. And that is the way of politicians. Makinde too has said, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde said that no Jupiter will stop PDP from occupying the presidential villa come 2027, that the battle is between Nigerians and APC. I wonder whether those who decamp to APC are Egyptians. Well, I do not want to speak for any party. My job is simple, just to analyze it. But clearly, the Southeast seems to have embraced APC, because the only man standing now is the governor of Anambra State.
and Abia State too.
And Abia State. And we have seen their body language.
Really?
Let Soludo cross the Rubicon. We will know where we are.
All right, Mr. Salah, for me, I don't see any earth-breaking event because Governor Mba defected to APC. Mr. Salami, let's not forget, in somewhere just before the 2007 general election, PDP had almost 32 state governors. So it's we know when you say there's something the governors are seeing, we know what they are seeing. We know what politicians see when they move from one party to another. You understand? Sometimes not necessarily in the interest of their constituents or the people, but then there's really nothing you can do. There was a time that even the leadership of the PDP had this bragging right that the party will rule for 60 years. And that was about 20 years ago. And we know what happened next. So when politicians move in droves to a particular place or that, we know what the attraction is at the end of the day. So we just keep our fingers crossed. There is nothing happening to the APC now that has hardly not happened to the PDP when that party was at its peak of power. So let's see. And tomorrow we cannot rule out the fact that another party can come on board and everyone would gravitate towards that. You know what we say, Mr. Salami.
Well, I think it is good we do not plead the oracle. From what we are seeing, the truth about it is that the shakers and movers in Nigerian politics are moving to one party. That does not necessarily mean that Nigeria is tilting towards a one-party state. No, don't let us confuse it. It is not. And I want to believe that politicians hardly do things because of the people. Even though the mantra has always been my people, we know why they are doing it. That is the truth. And I always ask our people, who are the real people, the downtrodden people, to please always ask the relevant questions. When you have the opportunity, don't go to them with demands. Go to them and ask them the right questions as to what do they intend or how are they fulfilling their electoral promises to the people. When you came here to campaign, you told us that you will fix this, you will fix that. How far have you gone on this? That should be the question. That my wife is pregnant and these are not issues. Let's desist from making unnecessary and selfish demands on these people. Politics, as we know it, should be a vehicle for rendering selfless service to the people.
All right, Mr. Salame. Yes, on one hand, you're correct that politics leadership should be about service. But on the other hand, we also need to make sure that the people are not so much impoverished into a state that they are helpless. You used to say it now that a poor man or a hungry man is not capable of speaking the truth. So if a man is so hungry, he will forget all his scruples, he will forget his values. The first thing that comes to his mind is survival. How do I eat first? Before you talk about asking the necessary questions. So as a nation, we need to ensure that our citizens are not so much dehumanized to a state that they are not capable of making right decisions just simply because they are hungry. That is the fact of life.
Well, I'm not discounting the fact that of all democracies, the first democracy is the democracy of the belly. And I've been telling whoever cares to listen that there is no way a man will not sell his voters register and those of his children if there is this overriding need to fulfill what Abraham Maslow called the primary needs, which to all intent and purpose is just food, shelter, and clothing. So, and I've been saying it that there is no way democracy will thrive in any atmosphere that all these three things, the basic needs, are lacking. The assumption is that you have taken care of all these basic needs in such a way that nobody will come to you to campaign and the raw material of campaign is a mudu of agari. It is not what is expected of people practicing democracy. You go to people with real issues of life. I am going to ensure I'm going to ensure affordable and accessible Medicare or healthcare. I'm going to ensure that you will not travel this mile before your children get to school. I'm going to ensure that pipe-borne water will be a thing of joy to you, that you can take it for granted. These are some of the things that even by now we ought to have passed this stage. But even at this stage, we are still there. Right in Abuja here, this FCT, there are still some villages where there is no water, that they still go to the stream to fetch water. Lawrence, the world is passing us by.
All right, Mr. Salami, let's move on to other stories. You can join the conversation. You can call us on 0903-22-29797. You can also call us on 0818-2222-205. That's 0818-2222-205. I'm not forgetting that you can send us a WhatsApp message on any of the two numbers, and we will be glad to read them. Mr. Salami is still staying with the Guardian newspaper. National Assembly to conclude Electoral Act amendment by December. Leader of the Senate, Opeyemi Bamidele, yesterday disclosed that the ongoing amendments of the Electoral Act, I think we have a caller here, Mr. Salami. Let's take this call. Let's see. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Law. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Who is on the line, please?
This is Mr. David.
All right, David. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Mr. Law, please, I want you and Mr. Salami to educate me the more. I want to understand more. Why is that all these big politicians, when they come from their original party to another party, they will bring up this statement that they want to deliver good governance to their people? Does it mean that they are not delivering good governance in their original party, in their main party, or as their state? So imagine like the president, the governor of Enugu State, who the camp does yesterday to APC. He said he wants to deliver good governance to his. Does it mean he's not doing a good work, or he's not delivering good governance to his people? And what Mr. Salami rightly said, what are these people seeing in the APC that we are not seeing? Please let us know. Educators, we the citizens of Nigeria want to know. What are they things that we are not seeing?
All right, thank you so much, David. So, Mr. Salami, over to you. What are they saying in APC?
That is the question. That is the question, and I think that that is what we are going to tell some of our reporters to go out and find out exactly what is the attraction in APC. But the day we stop deceiving ourselves, we will move forward, and we ought to believe we all know what they are saying.
All right, back to the story, Mr. Salami. Anyway, you can keep the calls coming, 0903-2229-797. You can also call us on 0818-2222-205. Mr. Salami, we're talking about the National Assembly story, and the leader of the Senate, Opeyemi Bamidele, disclosed that the ongoing amendments of the Electoral Act of 2022 would be concluded on or before December 2025, assuring Nigerians that the amendments would be used for the 2027 election. However, the ADC kicked against the proposed amendments of the Electoral Act by the National Assembly to bring forward the 2027 general election, saying it will hinder governance. Bamidele explained that the only reason the Muhammad Buhari administration was unable to sign the last aspect of the electoral bill was that the National Assembly transmitted it late to the president. He disclosed this in a statement after the president of the Senate read out President Bola Tinubu's request to confirm the INEC chairman. And that's it, Mr. Salami. Assurance from the Senate leader.
Well, distinguished Senator Opeyemi Bamidele is qualified to tell us what they will do at the Senate. And if that is the position, let us watch and see.
All right, it's still newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Mrs. Salami, we're moving on to the Nation newspaper and still staying with the National Assembly. Alleged genocide against Christians, Senate set up advisory panel. The Senate yesterday constituted a 12-man ad hoc committee to advise it on how to respond to growing international concerns of alleged state-backed persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The resolution of the Senate followed its deliberations during a closed-door session where lawmakers debated on recent claims by the U.S. suggesting possible act of genocide against Christians in some part of the country. Mr. Salami.
Well, we have reached a very critical stage in our life as Nigerians, where we must unite and ask the critical question as to what do we really want in our country. Nobody knows us more than ourselves. And we should stand as Nigerians and do not allow any country to dictate to us what we know that it is not in the best interest of our country. We know that we have issues in this country, no doubt about that. We have insecurity. There is hardship in the land too because of certain reforms, which we have been told that yes, with time, we will laugh and we will enjoy. Don't let us add religious issues to it. And we know that Muslims and Christians have been living peacefully together in this country. We should not even forget that there are quite those who do not even profess either. They are Nigerians as well. And we have been living together peacefully. And we also know that the criminals amongst us who are perpetuating this evil are neither Muslims nor Christians. They are purely criminals. We should not allow any country to fan the embers of disunity. Religious war is a terrible one. And even the UN will not allow such to happen in Nigeria, because if it does, God forbid bad thing, we will overrun the whole of West Africa. And those of us who have seen war will not pray for anything near it again. We should know that Nigeria belongs to Nigerians, and you cannot love Osho more than the mother of Osho. Americans cannot claim to love us more than ourselves. It is not true. Whatever they are saying and doing is self-serving. Nigerians should please be well guided. Let us be well guided.
All right, Mr. Salami, let's move on to the Nation newspaper. And Tinubu urges ECOWAS to declare resource theft international crime. That President Bola Tinubu has urged the Economic Community of West African States to designate resource theft, including illegal mining and the stealing of minerals, as an international crime. The president warned that the practice poses a direct threat to the stability and security of the West African region. Speaking through the Secretary of Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, at the 2025 Annual General Assembly of the Network of National Anti-Corruption Institutions in West Africa, at the ECOWAS Secretariat in Abuja, the president said the time has come for the regional bloc to galvanize international support against the trade in stolen minerals from West Africa. The president noted that illicit financial flows and the plundering of mineral resources have become a growing menace, fueling insecurity and violent crimes across sub-region. Mr. Salami, the president could